Hey guys, welcome back into a video. So, if you're excited for KOTOR Remake by Aspire Media and published by Sony, ooh, I'd be pretty nervous about this one now, considering that the game is seemingly in development hell. Well, what do I mean? Well, there's a new hit piece by Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, so where he seemingly talked to a few developers about the current situation, and based on the looks of it, it is not looking good. So, I know I've had my issues with Jason Schreier in the past. I mean, he's blocked me more than once now, but that's not the point. So, but, I mean, I have to give him credit for credit's due. He does good work. You know, like the whole Anthem situation, that was a whole big one, so, and he wrote that. Did a great job exposing BioWare, so. Anyway, let's get to the article, shall we? Hotly anticipated new Star Wars game is in serious trouble, according to people familiar with the project. KOTOR Remake is delayed indefinitely as devs at Austin, Texas-based Aspire Media try to figure out what happens next. They've also abruptly fired the game's art director and design director this month. In a series of meetings throughout July, Aspire's new studio heads told employees that the project is on pause, and that the company is looking for new contracts and development opportunities, that the people who are not authorized to speak publicly. Knights of the Old Republic was to be one of the first modern Star Wars console games released outside of EA, which had previously held the exclusive licensing rights. That deal expires in 2023, opening the door for new Star Wars games from outside companies like Aspire, Ubisoft, and Quantic Dream. Well, the thing about two directors being fired, well, that brings something into my memory, which was what happened with Halo Infinite. Because if you remember, Tim Longo left 343 in 2019. So what, 2 years before Halo Infinite would actually release, but at the time it was, 1 year before the game was originally going to be released, as you know. And I believe a few months later, a level designer, left 343 like a few months after that, so that definitely rose the alarm bells initially about that game. But to 343's credit, they actually got the game finished, so, and releasing it in a I say initially, I guess, solid state, at least on the campaign side, but yeah. But anyway, continuing. The game was announced last September, and it was in development for nearly 3 years, which was purchased by Embracer Group last year. Aspire was founded in 1996, was best known for a service shop that brought existing games to new other platforms, such as iOS, including the original Knights of the Old Republic games, so both 1 and 2. On June 30th, Aspire finalized a demo for the game, known as a vertical slice, to show to production partners Lucas and Sony. The devs were excited about it and felt like they were on track, according to a person familiar with the project, so they were shocked by what happened next. The following week, the company fired design director Brad Prince and art director Jason Miner. Neither responded to requests for a comment, but Miner suggested on social media that his dismissal was unexpected. Yeah, so, that's gonna definitely raise even bigger alarm bells. I mean, 2 directors within a month? Say what you will about the 2 directors leaving 3v3. Sure, that was in the same year, but it wasn't the same fucking month. I'd say this is even worse than that, because it was within the same month. Let that sink in for a moment. The same month. And the fact they essentially had a demo ready, so it probably, if it was received well, the demo probably would have been shown at Sony's whole PlayStation Showcase, usually, that they do every year now, which is basically their E3 show. So, which is probably going to be in September again, like last year most likely, and the year before. So I really wonder. So apparently, I wonder how bad this vertical slice would have been if it's now delayed indefinitely. But anyway, to finish off the article, representatives for Aspire and Embracer didn't immediately respond. Studio heads told staff that the vertical slice was not what they wanted to be, and that the project would be paused, according to 2 people who were familiar. One person familiar suggested that a disproportionate amount of time and money had gone into the demo, that the project's current course was not sustainable. Another point of contention may be the timeline. At the outset of development, Aspire told staff and partners they would release the game by the end of 2022. Let's be real, that was never going to happen. That was never freaking going to happen, considering the announced trailer did not have any gameplay. It was CGI, mind you. According to 2 people familiar with it, developers are saying that a more realistic target now would be 2025. Wow, so what? It would be, 4 years after the game originally was announced? And this is for a remake. So, that makes me wonder just how bad that demo was. If now they're saying it wasn't up to quote unquote expectations now, or standards or whatnot, and now the game is definitely in development hell, seemingly. And think about this, they were originally planning to launch the game this year. Just like I said, if the game was going to come out this year, they would have shown gameplay by now. Like, that was a huge ass red flag. So, again, that was internal. They didn't say, publicly that it was this year or not, but yeah, like, there was no way it was going to come out this year. And if there was, they would have shown more than a freaking CGI trailer. But anyway, to finish up the article, the fate of neither Old Republic remains unclear. In May, Embracer announced that Saber Interactive would also join the project. Some at Aspire believe that Saber, which has mainly been doing outsourcing work for the project, may take it over completely. And that's the end of the article. So let's discuss. Now, Saber Interactive taking over, yeah, would make sense, and probably would be a very smart move, considering that they've done great work with like remakes or remasters. Obviously, the most infamous one, at least in my eyes, would be them remastering Halo 1 and 2 campaigns for those projects, because I think they did a fantastic job, especially with Halo 2's. So, I mean, CE's I know is a little more mixed because of the art style of it, but Halo 2 though, like, was definitely more universally praised. So, yeah. So those are obviously, some other ones I remember, which was they did like one of the more impossible ports of which was Witcher 3 to the Switch, and based on what I've heard, that port was really excellent, all things considered. They've also recently did the Crysis trilogy remasters that they do with Crytek, so that was obviously another one. Heck, they got a former ray tracing running on the 8th gen consoles. That should tell you something about how great Saber Interactive is, and how talented that team is. I believe they also ported World War Z to the Switch too, so that's obviously another one. So, another good example of how talented, Saber Interactive is. So, yeah, if I were LucasArts and Aspire and all that, I would really consider it. I would just have them take over, because it's clear that Saber Interactive knows their shit when it comes to, like, remakes and ports and all that. Now, as for 2025, so 4 freaking years. Wow, if after the original announcement. And like I said before, if the game would be coming out this year, they would have shown more. Period. They would have shown gameplay last year, I guarantee. There was no way it was going to come out this year. There was no freaking way. Because if there was, they would have shown more than freaking CGI. Just saying. But anyway, and also, I have to wonder now, what is Sony thinking about all this? How do they feel about this whole situation? Because now a project that seemingly they're funding is stuck in development hell now. Jeez. And this is like the first Star Wars game recently to be stuck in development hell, because if you all remember, Quantic Dream Star Wars game, like Jason mentioned in his article, that game is also stuck in development hell now, because apparently that isn't coming to like 2027, 2028. Like, wow, like that project should be fucking canceled at that point, man. If you're gonna announce a game like 6 years before it freaking comes out, and concerning the history of Quantic Dream, yeah, that game should be freaking canceled. I'm sorry, because that is insane. That's just nuts. So yeah, that's just nuts. But yeah, would I have picked this game up? Probably. If it came to Xbox, probably. Or if I get like a capable gaming PC, I probably would have picked it up, probably. Most likely. But yeah, this is not a good look for Aspire Media right now. It is not a good look. Man, I really feel bad for Star Wars fans, because that's 2 projects stuck in development hell now. I mean, wow. That is crazy. That really sucks. Especially for people who especially for fans of the original, because that game is so beloved. And to see a remake be so seemingly stuck in development hell. Well, it sounds like Aspire Media. I wonder if they were getting too ambitious, and it bit them in the ass. And now the game is stuck in development hell. But yeah, so I mean, I think that's all I gotta say at this point. But yeah, if you're excited for the game, I'd be pretty nervous now after reading this. So anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button on the way up, and consider subbing to the channel so you do not miss out on any more videos. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.